Baker Mayfield saw a UFO. Listen, Bake, I am so incredibly jealous. All right, Aaron Rodgers came on the show and talked about how he said he said it before. We synced it on the internet. It was one of the first times I talked to him because this is something I'm very fascinated by. Always have been, always will be. I was somebody that did look up at the sky a lot, you know, the moon, the stars, and just, I was very intrigued by the fact that there was definitely aliens, right? Definitely. It was actually one of the biggest sticking points for me never really landing upon a religion, because I would always ask, like, okay, your thoughts on aliens. Like, well, it can't be possible or whatever. It's like, all right, well, so I can't believe this then. That is just kind of the whole thing. And now as we go on, it's becoming more and more open. You know what I mean? Everybody's kind of understanding that whole thing. And I have kept an eye to the sky, traveled all around the place, looking, hoping that one day it would come. Aaron Rodgers told us a story about seeing an orange globe fly across the sky and then 4 fighter jets chasing it down, basically. He was called a crazy person or whatever. Then you obviously have Lazar, who has come out and talked about everything that happens at Area 51 and what he's seen. That guy was basically, they tried to kill him and ruin him. It's been everything. Nowadays, it's just becoming like a normal thing. New Mexico a couple weeks ago, United Airline, American Airline flight, one or the other. You actually hear the pilot ask the military if they have a target up there, because they saw a cylindrical thing buzz over top of them, basically. That was a UFO. Baker Mayfield now and his lady yesterday at Lake Norman just saw a UFO 100%, he says. The tweet reads, almost 100% M and I, his wife, just saw a UFO drop straight out of the sky on her way home from dinner. We stopped and looked at each other and asked if either of us saw what we just saw. You see that?
You see it?
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, did you?
I'm not seeing things.
What was it?
Am I seeing things?
Did you see it?
No, I saw it.
What the fuck was that?
What was it?
Very bright ball of light going straight down out of the sky towards Lake Travis. Anybody else witness this? Questions, he says? Now, Baker Mayfield has been chastised by people for things in the past. He's going to get chastised for this. I would like to let you know that you and them are people that I am jealous of. I wish that I could see this happen. Now, I have been close to thinking that I saw a UFO when I was in California. My wife and I, we were, I believe, in Santa Monica, I think, just walking around. And in Santa Monica, pre-COVID, it was a...
Oh, yeah.
That place is a movie.
Down on the pier down there.
It is a movie. You got all types of different people living their best life. And my wife and I are just walking around, and I look up in the sky, and there's just this massive globe flying around, okay? And I go live on Periscope, by the way, because this is how pumped I was. I was like, I fucking found it. All right, I got a UFO. I've been waiting for this my entire life. I go live. I start talking about this thing. It looked as if there was a spotlight just diddling around in the goddamn sky. At one point, it opens up to this massive ball, and then it just kind of disappears. And I'm like, and nobody was paying attention to it. Nobody around me was paying attention to it. So I asked everybody. One homeless looking person goes, no, it's Elon Musk's SpaceX, dude, or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's just Elon Musk's toy going back to his plane or whatever. They're like, yeah, he had a SpaceX launch. He did have 2 launches yesterday, SpaceX did. One in Texas and one in Florida. Now, the timing of the one in Texas would not make a lot of sense for this to be this particular case, but maybe it was something that involved the Starship that has now landed by itself, which is going to get pumped out every 72 hours. One of them, it's only going to be $5 million. It lands by itself and allegedly goes to space. Elon Musk is creating airplanes to travel to different fucking planets at this point. We live in a wild time, but I like the fact that Baker was open about this, and I'm incredibly jealous. I don't think it was a SpaceX launch like I saw. I think he saw the real thing. Good for him. It just so happens to be at the same exact time, though, on the same exact day that Elon was also sending some of our boys out to space as well, which is very interesting.
Yeah, because in our research, the Texas one was done in the afternoon as far as Elon was concerned. And then Nick found one that was last night in the middle of the night in Florida.
3 a.m.
And Baker's tweet was at 11:40 p.m., so ipso facto, aliens.
No, so 11:40, Texas. What's that, 2 hours?
Central Time.
1 hour.
Is where he's at, Lake Travis Central Time, Dallas?
I'll
1
find
hour.
out.
Because
Normally.
That'd be 1240, which still is not match up to the SpaceX thing. So he saw fucking aliens. I am so jealous.
If you were a GM, would you want your quarterback seeing aliens?
I heard that's what Colin Cowherd said, and I love it. I love it. That was his.
Can't have that.
I don't want my quarterback believing in aliens, all right? Which he didn't like the backwards hat either, which I fucking love it, dude. That's just like the most. I mean, it's awesome that's the first thing you think of is like, there's no way in hell I want my quarterback thinking that there's extraterrestrials. He even looks at the universe and thinks like, oh, there has to be something out there. Not my guy under center.
No.
Not my guy throwing the ball. I absolutely love it.
Not to change the subject, but I gave Elon a pretty hard time for his fucking Mickey Mouse spaceship that he made that went to the space station. That thing was fucking awesome yesterday. I mean, it did like a full like flip, landed itself. I mean,
And by the way, it's nowhere near done.
No.
Like they're still working on these starships that you're going to be able to buy for $5 million a pop. Okay, that's a lot of money. But then they said, don't worry, if you don't have the cash for it, we'll figure out a way for you to be a slave on Mars to pay back for it, basically.
Yeah.
There's going to be people just getting pumped in and out of these things, going to other planets. It's going to be Avatar. It's going to be Jacob Sully. It's going to be a wild situation. And we're living in the middle of that time. Shout out Elon Musk, our resident alien, for getting this done for us so we can go meet up with the other aliens. He's from one of those smart alien places, and they probably have others that fly to other dumbass planets. And like, you guys haven't been able to catch up yet, all right? This is how we're doing it. Okay, wait till you see the malls we got up here. Like, this is a great time to be alive. Shout out to Baker and them.
I wasn't a huge fan of the Cybertruck, but then I saw a rendering this morning of it fitted for like, work on another planet. It looks fucking awesome. I want one now.
Yeah, he didn't make those for here.
No.
Yeah.
Those things
You see like the tires on it, it's like, oh yeah, this was meant to drive on Mars.
Oh, this isn't for our.
Makes sense now.
Oh, this thing's sweet.
Yeah. It's awesome.
By the way, the only bad part of the Cybertruck debut was the bulletproof glass breaking.
Yes.
Very quickly, which I think was on purpose, by the way, because it's all we really remember about. As soon as I seen that thing, I said, need it in the driveway. Turns out it's not meant for my driveway.
No.
It's meant for Mars driveway. That's why you got to buy Dogecoin, because that's what they're. There's people that believe that.
It's true.
That you will use Dogecoin and
Correct.
Bitcoin in the intergalactics because the blockchain is not owned by any country. So if you want to do any intergalactic space travel and pay aliens or anything, you got to have the Bitcoin or the Dogecoin, obviously.
You want to stay at that hotel, you get out the Bitcoin.
You want to be a fucking Cecil, pal?
What do you think? They're taking cash?
They might. If you
What is
got
this,
enough.
fucking 1712.
That is real, by the way. Had a homeless guy come up to me at the gas station over here. You got any, man, this got to be a tough time, huh? That's what I said to him.
Yeah.
I don't even have any, I don't even know how I could get cash for you right now.
You got
I don't even
Dogecoin? Is that
I
what
don't
you
even have a debit card. Yeah, can I get you some Doge, dude? I bought him some shit inside.
Hell yeah.
I bought him some of my favorites. I don't know if they were his favorites.